Segment is sponsored by Culver Lakefest. The 40th Annual Culver Lakefest is a 3-day event starting July 19th. That is one of the marquee events of the summer. There will be food, fun, fishing, music, and a car show and more. Here to preview the big event in July is Andrea. Good morning, Andrea. It's Justin.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
40th annual event. It's going to be so much fun. What can attendees expect?
Well, they can expect a lot of the old classic events like Miss Maxinkuckee, which takes place on Friday night of the festival. July 19th, everything kicks off. And then on Saturday morning, we have our 40th annual Lakefest Parade, which I'm hoping will be bigger and better than ever. We're inviting all of our past volunteers to be our parade marshals this year. As we celebrate the 40th Lakefest, we also have to acknowledge the fact that it wouldn't be possible without our volunteers over the years. So that'll be something to look forward to. The fireworks on Saturday night, and of course the car show on Sunday. Those are our key events that have been with the festival since the beginning.
Let's go through some of these. You mentioned the volunteers. What are the volunteers going to be doing during those 3 days?
They do a little bit of everything. We always try to make sure the grounds are clean, that guests are taken care of. If they have questions, we're manning the info booth where you can find the winners of different competitions that are going on or when different things are starting. We have a lot of volunteers from our local community school, and they volunteer and they use the festival kind of as a fundraiser for their group or their sports team. So you can expect to see them running different events like the hot dog eating competition. That'll be the 3rd annual hot dog eating contest. The boys baseball team will be running from the community school. And then our cheerleading team will be doing bingo on Saturday. We have the Bass Fishing Club that does a fishing tournament on Friday. So it's like I'm bouncing around a little bit, but there's just around every turn, there's a group that you could be supporting unknowingly just by having fun at the festival. So it's really great. Oh,
there's so much fodder at everybody's fingertips. You mentioned the car show. What kind of cool antique cars do you think could be on display?
Well, we start in like 1950s and we go up until like current vehicles, and then there's different classes. Justin Croy and the festival's vice president, Michael Jackson, they're running the car show this year. We had such a great turnout that they decided to add motorcycles to this year's competition. Ooh. So we're increasing the size of our car and motorcycle show for this year, and we're hopeful that more people will come out and enjoy that, whether you have a car of your own or you just appreciate old classics.
The area looks beautiful. We just had some footage on our screen right now. Yeah. In terms of food and vendors, what can people expect? You need food at a festival.
Oh, yes. Actually, that's one of the things I've been overseeing for the past 3 years, just trying to find different food vendors, different cuisines. We have a Filipino kitchenette coming out. Sally's by the Shore, they specialize in homemade ice cream. And then we have a classic at our festival is the fish fryers. Ralph Smith has been coming for years and years, I think maybe since the festival started in 1984, but he specializes in fried fish and it's so good. We also have Mexican cuisine and your traditional American classics and funnel cakes, elephant ears, things like that you'll find at any festival around here.
Andrea, this event's been going on for 4 decades. What does it mean to the community of Northern Indiana?
I think a big thing about Lakefest is the tradition behind it, and the amount of people from all areas of the community that come together to make it possible. I mentioned that earlier, but you know, communities without tradition, it's just a bunch of people living in the same town. But when you have these shared experiences that really bond, multi-generational experiences that your grandmother experienced Miss Maxinkuckee, and now her granddaughter is now in Miss Maxinkuckee.
Whoa.
So it's, you know, these different experiences that have been around that families can enjoy together. It's affordable. A lot of it is free of charge, but it's something that we all come together to create these memories, and that's why the theme of the festival this year is Igniting the Memories. And it's, like I said, all for a good cause. You're supporting your local groups, your teams, and different organizations. So it's rooted in tradition and shared experiences, and that's what makes Lakefest so special.
And so many memories are going to be created. How has your role grown since you started going to the fair as a young girl?
Yeah, I moved to Culver in 2006, and I started going to the festival in the summers. The first role that I had at the festival was in high school. A friend of mine asked me if I could help out with the trash, and so we actually were cleaning the grounds all weekend long, and that was my first kind of taste of being a volunteer of Lakefest. And then I went off to college, came back, and became the vice president of Lakefest and covered the food vendors. And then now, the past couple of years, I've been the president of the festival as well as the event coordinator for the Culver and Lake Maxinkuckee Visitor Center. So I'm kind of in dual position here, but it's definitely grown over the years. I've seen a lot of volunteers come back, and I'm so excited for this year and to see what else it can become.
A woman of many hats. And real quick, I know you want to give a shout out to a couple key sponsors.
Yes, I'd just like to thank, all of our sponsors and donors. It's not possible without them either. Mark and Benita Thomason, Francis Ellert and the Coca-Cola Bottling Company, as well as Marshall County Tourism and the Culver and Lake Maxinkuckee Visitor Center. It would not be possible without them and without the support of our entire community.
Andrew, we are so excited for this event, the 40th Annual Culver Lake Festival. It's going to be fantastic.
Thank you. I hope to see you there.
Hometown Living.